they're doing nothing about it.
Yes.
Stand up for their rights and push on, go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. That's what this is all about. We will multiply. We will continue to fight. We're coming. The story even gets better, but we're pressed for time, and I'm going to pass this on to the next candidate.
Thank
All
you,
right.
David.
Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Now, if you please bring the title up next to David is Ken Johnson. And Ken, tell us what the people should know.
Okay, great. I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. My name's Ken Johnson. I'm a real estate broker and homeowner. Yeah, it took me 2 years to find an attorney recommended to me by Jeff Barnes, who's a fantastic attorney, been doing a lot of great work around the states.
Yes.
My attorney, the first thing he did is put a lis pendens on the, I've recorded a lis pendens on my property. That means that there's a dispute. And then he went after the banks, and I ran around for 2.5 years trying to keep my sanity while he continued to battle these attorneys that everybody's been talking about. Anyway, he was successful, and I'm still in my house, and I got a rescission notice from Bank of America that they rescinded the notice of default. My attorney is Jason Estavillo in Oakland, 510-982-3001.
Thank you.
recommend using him. But also, you know, I think what this boils down to is we need to get public banking going on. And we need to make some definite changes before it comes down to blood in the streets, you know, like in Greece or in other countries. We have the ability to do that, and we're winning little by little, but we need to get justice for the 99% and redistribute the wealth. Very important.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you very much. Next on our panel here is the man next to him. Introduce yourself. School.
My name is Mike School. I run Citizens Action Network. What got me in this was seeing the country just going down the tubes, having kids, and just thinking about things that I can't leave this country to my children the way it is, because it's not a future. I've been having an issue with the Sheriff's Department in Butte County. They've been hiding evidence and charging me with crimes that I didn't commit, and covering for some neighbors who actually destroyed my property. They killed a dog, and they've done me about $125,000 in damage, which is being covered up. So I started investigating this because I've spent 2 years fighting with lawyers in courts and getting nowhere except bankrupted. And that's how I discovered the oaths of office and the bonds. And every public servant has to maintain a bond in good standing to ensure against fraud and corruption. And a lot of cops think they're above the law because they realize that the public doesn't know about these bonds. And if you yank their bond for fraud, they're out of a job, and you can send them to prison for violating their oath of office, which is actually treason. I represent the United American Militia Advisory Council. We represent constitutional militia in all 50 states. Our goal is to restore the nation peacefully, but if we can't, we don't have any other choice.
Amen. Amen.
Moving on, down in our panel next to Mike School, and thank you very much, Mike, and I hope we can do it peacefully. But if we can't do it peacefully, Thomas Jefferson and others said, every generation you will need a revolution to keep liberty. It isn't just something that's handed to you like a silver spoon at birth. Every generation is going to have to fight. And I'm speaking to you young veterans out there that are coming back from wars that you fought to make bank gangsters rich. The same bank gangsters we're talking about here that want you as a debt slave for your car debt, your home debt, your schooling debt. They want you, and I want you to know, my grandfather's generation, my grandfather bought his house and paid it off in 5 years. In 5 years. And they thought 20-year mortgage meant you were a bum. A 20-year mortgage. Most people had 10-year mortgages. They never even conceived of a 29 or 30-year mortgage or a 40-year mortgage.
I heard 50.
I mean, it was inconceivable 100 years ago. That's because we had honest gold and silver money. But Anna Marie, you got something to tell us, please.
Well, basically, I just want to tell my experience regarding the loss of my property, and I'm going to tell a little bit in Spanish as well.
Go ahead, say it in Spanish.
Well, 2 years ago, when I lost my property, I had a devastating experience, kicking out of my home with my family, and, it's just a dramatic what you're going through.
Yeah, say that in Spanish.
Well, es muy difícil perder la casa, ¿sí? Donde tienes a la familia y salir con tus cosas, no sabes a dónde ir, es muy triste. Sobre todo si pensamos que ya alcanzamos el American Dream, ¿sí? El sueño americano. Ahora, 2 años más después, hay muchos casos que hay justicia. So, tenemos que tener fe y unirnos para poder seguir peleando estos casos. So in English, I just want to tell you that 2 years ago, it was very difficult. Now there are more cases that are winning. There is justice in court, such as Cabrera, Gillespie, many, many more cases. So we have hope. But mainly, I just wanted to tell Pamela Harris, do your job. We need to find some transparency. All the funds that you received, and then we have nothing for the people. So definitely, we the people ask you to do your job, otherwise you're going to be gone.
Yes.
We're going to replace you. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Anna Maria. And next to Anna Marie is State Senator, I hope, soon, Ronald O'Donnell.
Yay, Ronald.
Boy, is this humbling. I don't know where to begin. I just need to begin by saying thank you to everyone that's spoken so far and those that will be speaking, because it was these guys right here 3 years ago that woke me up and said, Ron, go to work. I didn't even know what a qualified written response was, and I have a doctorate degree in law. I had to have little Irish lass over there to explain that to me. And I thought I was so smart. I got out of law school in 78. What have I been doing? I learned everything I know from these people sitting here at this table and others. There's many more. There's many more across the nation. And we're all part of what we're calling the California 18. I call it the California A team. You know what I mean? And really, I'm running on the proposition that we really have a decision to make in this country. It's either banksters in jail or our lives of hell. I'd rather see the banksters go to jail.
Banksters go to jail.
Yeah, we're looking at
Go to jail.
hell yeah.
Go to jail. Banksters, go to jail.
We'll be there with bells and whistles on, you guys. But I just don't mean the banksters. I mean, I know that you can't put a building in jail like the Bank of America building. We need to put the bank attorney in prison.
Yes.
Because it's the bank attorney that has to give permission for anything to be done. Bank employees don't have the guts or the authority to go ahead and do robo-signing, which is actually forgery, California 115. Jack said he taught me that, the private investigator down at the end. I went, hey, that's a pretty good call there, Jack. It's criminal. But you know who gave them permission to do that? It was the attorney for the bank, not the little employee that's making $7.50 an hour. We call them the Burger King employees. No offense to Burger King employees. But that's how they got them. They go through Burger King, see them there, and say, hey, you want to be a vice president of our bank? And then they'd get him in an office, and they'd have to sign 1,000 forged, not robo-signed, forged documents a day. It's $7.50 an hour. One guy told me that he was making about 3 cents per illegal forged signature.
3 cents per legal forged signature.
Wow.
3 cents per house is what
3
they were
cents.
paying for the forgeries.
So you had to do thousands.
So
of
that's
them.
3 cents for a $500,000 home.
No, that's 3 cents
$600,000
for a husband, a wife, and their children to
Yes.
be displaced, thrown out on the streets, nowhere to go, and not even knowing why they're getting thrown
Amen,
out.
Ron. Amen.
Amen. And one of the things is these banks are attacking marriages.
They're attacking
they're
families.
attacking families and they're breaking up marriages. And we as a country, we have to stop that. We have to tell them, no, don't do this. The family unit is too
Kamala
important.
Harris has got to do her job.
Yes.
Well, I have so much I wanted to say, and I know there's no time. We have other people here that need to speak. I'm running for California State Senate District 23 in a special election, March 25th. The problem is that the people don't even know that there's an election on March 25th, and I'm running as a Democrat. Folks, there's an election March 25th. If I get the chance to represent the homeowners against these illegal foreclosures, I intend to introduce on my very first day in the job legislation through the Senate that will give these attorneys 90 days to come in, turn themselves in, they'll have immunity, come in, correct the illegal documents they placed in the court records, correct their illegal documents they placed in the county land records, and if they do that in 90 days, we'll let them walk. We'll give them a break they didn't give us.
Yeah.
But after 90 days, I want the FBI to go to work. I want every federal and state and county agency in this country to search them down, find them, and lock them up.
Yes.
Hey, Ron!
Thank you very much, Mr. O'Donnell.
Thank you for your help.
Next on our panel here tonight is Kimie Vandyk. Kimie,
Vandyk.
you got the microphone.
Hi, everybody. I'm really proud to be part of such an amazing, dynamic, smart group of people. I feel very blessed going through something like this and then finding people like this. It's given me a mission, and it's really made for an exciting life. We call it excitement and adventure. We try to make light of it because it's very serious, and when you work in it every day, it can kind of get to you. But I wanted to get a few things across to you so you could start doing some research on your own. Everyone needs to do this, and what I wanted to talk about is Bank of America and whistleblowers. So if you get onto Google and you type in Bank of America whistleblowers, you will find 7 affidavits and stories about these employees that work for Bank of America. And I'll mention just a few of their names. William E. Wilson, Jr., Simone Gordon, Teresa Terrelanche, Stephen Couples, Bert Sheeks. These people stood up and went and wrote a 4 to 6 page document about what they experienced while they worked at Bank of America. They were told to lie, and the reason I know this to be true is because it happened to me, but I didn't know about the lying in the affidavits until like a year ago, and I've been in this for 3 years. So when you start going around and hearing that they had something called a blitz, that's something that they did at Bank of America. It would be when they would take the files that people have submitted their loan modifications to their single point of contact, their SPOC. There's only supposed to be one, but you have many. That's a whole other story. The managers are looking to get everything into foreclosure, so they've taught their employees how to lie, what to say, and then this delay process that they want to do, where Candace was mentioning about getting paid $1,500, I think it was, for every loan mod they put through. So they want to delay, and then they want to make you go in again or take your house in foreclosure at auction at your county courthouse. So when they run these blitzes every once a month or something like that, it purges all those documents out. So when people are saying, I didn't receive your documents, send them again, I didn't receive your documents, send them again, they were really just purging them. And even the ones that they could see in their many systems, they would lie and say they didn't see them. And there's something that they would do scorecards for their employees